the night shift when he's visited by someone we can't see. A horrifying story was shared by a viewer of the podcast Cementerio Ingles in episode 116, where an overnight custodian was cleaning an elevator landing when suddenly he's interrupted by a mysterious woman tugging him by the shirt.
Haciendo el aseo y me toman de ahí de la bolera. Me doy vuelta y te lo juro, era una señora.
The man begins to talk to what he describes as a lost elderly woman trying to find her way out.
Y la señora me dice, ¿sabes qué? Me dice, joven, me dice, estoy buscando la salida, no la encuentro. Entonces la señora me pasa por abajo de mi brazo y siento el olor como a perfume. Y cuando la señora sube al ascensor, me dice, chao, mijito. No le logré ver la cara, y yo le digo, chao.
As the man opens the elevator and holds the door open, she walks under his arm. He describes smelling her perfume. As the elevator door closes, she tells him goodbye, but says she didn't get to see his face. Having no time to respond, he simply waves, confused as to why an old lady is doing lost wandering the building in the underground level so late at night. He looks over at the cameras and makes a haunting realization.
A man named Constantine, who lives in France, discovered a cave and decided to descend down into the depths of this cave. Nothing unusual occurred at the time. However, not long after returning, strange things started happening inside his house. One day, he was calling someone on his phone when his home security camera captured something creepy. Watch closely. The door suddenly opens by itself, catching his attention, then other objects in the room begin to move on their own, startling him. These events have been happening ever since he started exploring the caves, so perhaps something followed him back.
I'm sorry, mate. Fucking look at this. Fucking motherfucker on it. Look, seriously.
How mommy take out the stuff look like this? Check it out. Come on.
In the footage, Sienna's aunt is filming her son, who appears to be roaming around inside a room. Although initially thinking that her aunt had sent her a cute video of her little cousin, Sienna soon felt that something was off about the clip. It wasn't obvious at first, but upon watching it the second time, she instantly got chills. By slowing the footage, one can see that something distinct is moving past the camera, but it's also when you slow the footage that the video gets even more creepy. Looking at the figure frame by frame, you'll notice that it has a full torso and also what looks like an arm. However, one thing is missing: its head. Despite moving pretty fast, we can still make out what looks like a body, but nowhere in sight do we see a head. After many were freaked out by what was captured, the footage was initially posted by the teacher of this classroom. Mr. Simon, the instructor in question, wanted to share something creepy that he came across while looking at video recordings of his lectures. Rarely does he ever check the camera, but apparently, a student of his had complained about being bullied by a classmate. So naturally, Mr. Simon checks the camera to see what was going on between the two. But while checking, he sees a notification saying that motion was detected at 10 p.m. on October 17th. Now this was odd, considering that school was closed during this time. He checks the footage, expecting a thief or a janitor to appear, but instead, he ends up seeing something that scares the living daylights out of him. This is what he saw. During a playful activity, both his kids are engaged in a playful wrestling match, with each one trying their best to beat the other. It's a tied match, as it looks like neither one can win the game. Well, that is, until one of them gets distracted. It's unclear as to what he's seeing, but his full attention is given. In fact, he's so distracted that his opponent takes this opportunity to beat him. Although capturing his loss on camera, something else was captured that neither of the kid's parents could explain. While looking at the video he took, the father sees this.
A ver. Eso pa' eso, Eso pa' eso.
Like something out of a nightmare, it doesn't move and stays completely still while seemingly staring at the camera. Whatever this is just stays in this corner, but when the father pans the camera to the same spot after turning away momentarily, it's no longer there. In the following video, a man is inspecting a property where something very alarming was caught on camera the previous night.
See, guess what? Meron na naman kaming mga hindi...
As it turns out, a homeless person had broken into the property, and it's Benji's job, the person recording this, to get him out of there. However, unbeknownst to Benji, it wouldn't just be a squatter he encounters, but also something else. In his own words, this house terrifies him. It's the one place that he doesn't like to check for squatters. He often encounters them on the properties that he owns, which is why he's made this into a video series. But it's the following video from his whole series that has left viewers creeped out. This is what he caught.
Ayun. There is somebody in here. I know you're in there, man. Hello? Police! I know you're in there, man. in your house, man.
Video. A pair of teammates are passing a ball in front of a camera, showing audiences what they do before playing a match. It's Friday night at a soccer stadium, and both players are fully immersed in a small pre-game warm-up. But while both players pass the ball to each other, audiences notice something unusual in this footage. It wasn't until someone made a video pointing out something in the background that people started rewatching the original to see if it was true. To their shock, it was. As both players pass the ball to each other, this is captured.
And then when you get quicker, what tends to happen? More mistakes happen. But that is what development looks like. If you're cruising at a speed that's comfortable, yes, it looks good and it looks cleaner, but you're not going to get better. You have making mistakes here, and then you get to that level, and then you go again, and it's never ending. It's the same.
Now, the social media account that posted this video had no idea what was captured until tons of comments started coming in, mentioning the supposed ghost. It's recorded from a distance, but not so far that it's hard to make out something moving. Now, just to compare, there's a person standing up right here, and right across from them is a row of bleachers filled with people. Both are clearly recognizable as people, but this, even from the same distance, is unrecognizable. It's clear that something is moving, but it's not obvious as to what exactly is being seen. While some speculate that this might be the spirit of a legendary soccer player running in the bleachers, others are quite baffled by it. With no comment or explanation given by the account that posted this video, the question remains unanswered. Just what exactly was caught on camera?
A shadow peeking from the bathroom, but as he goes to check, this happens. User will never explains that for several weeks now, while he's in the living room, he's been seeing this strange shadow moving around in the bathroom.
Look, over there. Over there, I just seen the craziest shit. Look! Oh my god. Look at that! Nah, bro.
Someone's shadow can be seen peeking around his bathroom, yet every time he checks, he finds nothing. Now, some viewers mention this could simply be the shadow of the curtain moving by the breeze, but the man shows the window's closed.
Look, there it is again. Holy shit. Last time he'll tell me to go look. I'm going to look. But, look, window's closed. There's nobody in here. Like, what is going on, bro?
Based on the direction where the shadow's casted on, it's not the curtain, but that of someone hiding in the corner. The man mostly uploads gaming videos onto his page until this bizarre encounter.
You see? Do you see?
November 16 of 2024, a school teacher stands outside of his class while struggling to remain calm. Only a few minutes ago, he was just inside setting up decorations for his class when he had to stop and immediately walk out after seeing something that made him jump out of his skin. Now, the school that he teaches at doesn't really have a history of paranormal occurrences, but the students there would often make up stories and rumors about the school being haunted, specifically by a student who used to go there. Whether or not this student actually existed remains a mystery, but tonight, after encountering what just happened, he no doubt believes that his class is haunted, if not the whole school. It appears that someone is sitting at a desk towards the back of the class while facing the board in front of it. Now, just for reference, this is what it usually looks like when there isn't someone occupying a seat. Nothing stands out because clearly nothing is there.